We're live. I got a new screen. That is the current subscriber count. 942. Check it out. Maybe this will help me with the video editing. I don't know. I'm hoping so. But yeah. I have the table cleared off somewhat. And got the little Janome. You hardly Janome. Got the Janome little sewing machine set up, and I'm gonna see if I can't get the Santa vest started, or maybe completed. Who knows? Gizmo has lots of ambition in his eyes tonight, and he thinks we'll be able to do it. So we will see. Courtney here, on the other hand, is skeptical as always, as she should be. And it is understandable. But you know what? It's almost Christmas, so someone's got to do something. Someone has to do something. Got the little, I think this is a bobbin. Pretty sure. I know nothing about sewing, so your guess is as good as mine. Your guess is probably way better than mine, actually. I think this is the bobbin, but I have to get this string off of here, since I'll be putting some white thread on there. I don't know, what's the difference between thread and string? You tell me. Gizmo does not seem to know either. I'm just pulling all this stuff off of here. Oh, that worked. Okay, that works too. For unwinding a bobbin, just go ahead and let it just randomly fly all over the place. Probably shouldn't lose it, huh? The only one I have. Since this is the only one I have, I probably should take some care and not. Oh my gosh! It just flicked it onto the floor. Okay, like I was saying, I should probably take some care in not losing this little bobbin. Okay, now it's just trying to be funny. Okay, this will probably work. There we go. Should have done that in the beginning. Okay, let me get this all untangled from my zipper and grab the new thread that I'll be using. Sure, get all these cords off the table now. They keep getting stuck on everything. All right. The thread. Some light all-purpose thread. And some safety pins, because I'm sure I'll need to be safe at some point. Let's see. Get this thing all plugged in. this white fur that I'll be putting on the collar and on the bottom. Bro, what are you making? Vishnu Beenam. I am making a Santa costume. Kind of. Got this red denim vest right here. What's up? The deal. The realest deal is here. The deal for real. Got this red denim vest that I'll be wearing over my Santa costume that I'm wearing while I'm riding my motorcycle. This is just a regular denim vest that I bleached and then dyed red. Obviously, the costume is a little bit bulkier than this, so that's why this is so big. All the lot's like 90 pounds, so but either way, this will work. The plan is to put some of this white fur right here live in Fang's garage with blunts and the deal for real and all the realist viewers out there. I'm gonna put some white fur right here on the collar and then on the bottom, and then I think that's it. I don't think I'm gonna go all out and put it in the middle. I think that's gonna be too much, but if it doesn't seem too hard, maybe I will. That is the plan, so I'm gonna try and accomplish tonight, get as much of it done as I can. And I got to start off by winding up the bobbin with this red. But yeah, I don't know why I threw the camera up there. We are here with one of the newest cast members, the owl who has had enough. She's had enough, guys. If you want to know the truth, she has definitely had enough. And I get it. We've all had those moments. Silver glitter would be awesome on that jacket. Man, they be calling me the Silver Santa Surfer. I know that. They'd be like, is that Silver Santa? Like, no, that's the Silver Santa Surfer. That'd be sick if I had it all blinged out with some super glitter all over it, blinding people as I'm riding by. That would be fun. It makes me feel a little bit better about those brand new car headlights that are so incredibly bright. Can't see nothing when those people are behind me. Okay, so it says bobbin winding. Oh yeah, I have to do something over here, huh? Let's see here. What in the world? I think I go like this, maybe? Yeah, I think this is it. I think throw this bad boy onto here like so. And then it goes, looks like it goes around, okay, it goes around this little doohickey thing right here. Is missing? There's no way that thing's missing. Okay, oh yeah, that's right. So I believe I put this thing right here, put this on here. And then put it up through there. Through this little hole. Again, this is selling is probably one of the hardest things for me because the thread is like so not like a solid object. It's like so hard to grab and stuff for me with these freaking sausage fingers. So this is one of the most difficult things for me, little fragile things. Let me get this little foot plug plugged in. And let me go ahead and call Smart Founders real quick, guys. I have to make a quick phone call at Smart Founders. Back in 2019, I had this killer business idea. Okay. Let's call them. They're going to call me back. They were busy. thing plugged in and out. Oh. Alright. Now this thread wants to have some fun. This thread saw how much fun the little bobbin was having and said, let me try. I said, no thank you, please give me a try. Plus with sewing, there's just so many little things flying around. It's like left and right, back and forth. Let me see, does this plug in? Can I plug this in here somewhere? I thought there was a plug in here. What in the world? Ugh. Okay, whatever. Plug it in back there somewhere. That's good. I could have a wire going straight across the garage. Perfect. Okay. I think I should just be able to push this button and it'll go. I think that's the correct term for a sewing machine. It'll go. Oh, there's some extra bobbins in there. Nice. I must have bought those when I lost the last one. Okay. So it says you just put the thread through the bobbin thing, and I think that's it. Let me try and hold on to this for a second. Okay, yeah, it looks like it would be working. Let me hit the gas pedal a little bit. Oh, nope. Completely the wrong way. Got it. Nice, we're cooking with gas. You want to try Gizmo? There you go, buddy. Just press the button right there. Yep. Oh, wait. We're messing up here. I'm messing up here. Okay. Gotta unplug this wire in order to walk by now. Let me go retrieve my secret stash that no one's supposed to know about. But I'll show you guys. I'll keep it between us. Keep it between whoever you want, but I'll keep it between us. Oh man. I just refreshed the song on accident. Show you guys my secret stash that is supposed to be kept a family secret, but unfortunately I am a blabbermouth. And you guys know I'm talking about the luxury wafers with vanilla cream filling. These are Royal Dansk. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. You have to kind of refer to it in like a beatboxing noise when you say it. Dansk. Check it out. It's not really freaking... Did you really think luxury wafers were inside there? I don't think so. We're talking about sewing. This isn't your grandma's freaking Christmas cookie tin without the Christmas cookies in it, right? This is your Uncle Fang's luxury wafers with the sewing stuff in it. How about that? And I just retrieved some little teeny tiny scissors. Throw these in here. And let's see if this is going to work. These are like all my sewing supplies. I don't even know where I got all this stuff from. But I know I like this thing. When I was a kid, I'd always play with the little pin cushion things, and I got this one somehow in a storage locker or something, and I was like, look at this. They're holding hands. And guess what? They're having fun in Fang's garage. Look at this guy. Look at the satisfaction on his face. He loves it. He loves living in this little tin. And I love the fact that he lives in there. Alright. Grab my little scissors. Snip this off. Now that it's kind of locked in there, hopefully. Hopefully it doesn't just fly off. Okay, buddy. Let's remember how to sew, shall we? Press the button. Gizmo has the jaw blade from last night. He is wielding it again. So let's see if this works. Yeah, it's working. We're winding the bobbin up. Making it happen. It's almost Christmas, right, Courtney? Okay. Chugging along. Looks like we're doing the Z-step pattern. I think that's what it's called in the sewing community. Let me know in the comments if I'm completely wrong about these terms, so I'm pretty sure that's the Z-step pattern. Alright, I think what I'm supposed to do is cut some of this off, right? Like this. And then I think I just put this in here, if I remember correctly. I don't remember correctly. Let me look. And you put the bobbin. What in the world? Is there another piece that's supposed to be in here? That's not what my bobbin looks like at all. Ready, set, sew. Yeah, my bobbin doesn't look nothing like that. Mine just looks like a little tiny disc. And I think if I remember correctly, you put it up like through this thing right here. I don't know how to sew. I can't remember. But I'll try. Pretty sure something like this. And it just kind of sticks out the side. I'm trying to remember here exactly how this goes on. It just goes on like that. Let's see, let me try that and see what it does. Well, it might not work because this thread isn't on there. Let me try it when I put this thread on. Or this thread. So this goes on, I believe. Where is this going? Okay, so yeah, it goes like this, then it goes down, around, and then let me get this arm up, right? And then does it go through this hoop? I think it does. Yes, it does. More threading. This tiny thread. Probably should have looked at this before I started, but it's okay. Okay, and then I believe this just goes down through the needle. Let me cut this off so it's nice and fresh. Got a little tool to help thread it, but let's see if I can do it. I can't remember if it's supposed to go through the front or the back of the needle. It goes through the front.
With Google Play Games, you can play unlocked.
Tweezers.
Unlock bigger screens and better controls. All for the crown.
All right.
PC with Google Play Games.
No.
Download now.
No, thank you. Got it. Got that little thread. Alright. Do a little test piece and see. Let's see. This has to go down and then through here. And so much setup for one little piece of thread. Okay, it appears to be sewing, I think. Okay, that's not supposed to look like that. But that's, I believe, my fault. Let me try it one more time. And just double check that I am just not using it correctly, or I was not. And let's see. I for some reason, I just let it sit there. I don't know why. I thought it was going to feed it through there for some reason. Let me make sure this foot seems like it's supposed to be there. Oh, that's what it was. This foot wasn't on there. It is supposed to be feeding here. Nice. Okay, that's what it was. I was like tripping out. I thought, what? Why is this not? Seems like something is off, and it was. Okay, there we go. Okay. So now this is the result. I think that's good. There we go. Good, nice. Okay. So I believe the sewing machine is set up and ready to ride. This is a 2008 Harley-Davidson Janome. This is a 48cc touring edition. Some sort of commercial on, I think. Some sort of fighting game. Okay. They're attempting to lure me back into playing video games. I don't think so, buddy. All right, so time to do a little cutting. It's Courtney's favorite time. Time to cut up a few things, and I'm not talking about the rug. Let me grab our infamous carpet cleaner mount. Come on out, buddy. It's your time to shine. You ready? Been waiting for this. Good enough for heaven. Ever lied or stolen before? Ever lusted or hated anyone before? What do you think, guys? Are you guys just like me? You've done all that stuff and more? Hey, Courtney, have you seen my dog? That's what Rob Mac just said. Rob, I hate to break it to you, but I'm not 100% sure. I think Courtney might have been doing some experimentation on the on your dog, Rob. she was outside messing with some different potions and concoctions with Murphy, and then the next day, this little creature appeared. I'm not sure if this is Murphy or not, Rob. This might be your dog. You might want to check in with Courtney with her email and see if maybe she's seen anything suspicious going on with your dog. And I saw her out there with all sorts of little concoctions. I'm not sure what. There was like a little boiling brew type of thing. I'm not sure exactly what she was doing out there with Murphy. But I saw her, Murphy, and Gizmo out there messing around out in the yard. And Gizmo had his hat on. And of course, Gizmo was rocking the jaw blade. I'm not sure what he was doing out there with it, but it didn't look like he was up to any good. But yeah, let's see if I can get a couple things laid out for the best. Okay, let's see. See what the easiest way to do this is, because I don't have a whole lot of room. I mean, kind of do, but this table is kind of slippery. Something I actually wanted to take care of real quick. Let me show you guys. No point in doing all this if I'm going to have to cut this open first. How about that? So basically, when I was doing the bleaching and stuff on this vest, a lot of the fabric, there's like some sort of material inside the collar. It's behind here, and it's all balled up in this little ball right here. So I'm gonna cut this thing open a little bit with an X-Acto knife and try and just extract it, because I don't want it all balled up like that, sitting there. So I'll do my best to carefully try and cut it open. Oh, use it for cleaning that. One of the things that I thought would be a fun idea for Christmas this year, doing a little bit of a giveaway on Fang's Garage. Not going to do it on Fang's Garage, but I was thinking with the Santa costume on, I could go out and hand out this movie prop money. This says movie prop use only. It's pretty much clear as day. And it says right there, movie prop use only. It says copy right there with some sort of writing. And I thought, you know what? I thought it'd be a fun idea to go out and just hand these out randomly. And say, hey, Merry Christmas. And yeah, just give people a little fun Christmas gift of a movie prop $100 bill. I'm sure they could easily figure it out that it's a movie prop $100 bill. But that'll be part of the fun for them to figure out. I thought that might be fun for everybody, right? All right, let me cut out this stuff real quick. Let's see if I can't do this without ruining it too much. I'm just going to try and cut open some of these stitches. I was talking to some of the executives down at Go-Gurt the other day. I was in a meeting with them talking about new flavor possibilities, and I brought up the possibility of the pickle flavored Go-Gurt, and they were not too sold on it. But I tried to explain to them that pickle is a big flavor right now. Pickle is the new blue raspberry. And if you guys know how big blue raspberry was, it's far as the new flavors go. It was a big hit. So yeah, going with the pickle flavor, and we will see if the pickle flavored yogurt is going to make it to the shelves anytime soon. I have a good feeling about it. Okay, so I have opened this up. I made the incision. And now see, I believe, what the stuff is. Okay. Let me roll it over here. Well, you can see it. It's some sort of stuffing stuff. I don't know. Looks like a bunch of dryer sheets that somebody put in there. Probably to fluff up the collar and make it look nice, and I just took it out, but that's okay. You can see the high quality material that was in there. It literally looks like a dryer sheet. So I'm not sure what all these little eggs are. That legitimately looks like some sort of insect egg. I don't know. For now, it's going to be thrown on the floor. As per tradition of Fang's garage, let's just go ahead and throw it on the floor. We'll deal with it later. Alright, I think that's good. I don't really feel anything else in there. Nothing too obvious. Okay. Well, you know what? While it's here, I mean, should I throw a little sew on there? So what? It seems like some really thick material. I probably shouldn't chance it. I won't chance it. Alright, so let me get a quick measurement. And then I will kind of write down what I need. And cut a little piece out. And let's get this thing sewn up. Pickle flavored yogurt. That is, of course, let's see, it looks like it's about 2 feet. So I will give it like a good amount of room. I'll give it like, I'll put it 30 inches by 6. Double that. So 30 by 12. What I need. That goes alongside with our edible salmon flavored toothpaste. It's a new big hit for the holidays. 30 by 12 on the thing that is often the biggest mess in the universe. The white fur. Hi from Central England. It's 6:20 a.m. over here. It's raining and it's time for work. Have a super fine day today. Be lucky. Big Nasty, thanks for the kind words, buddy. I hope you have a good day today. And I hope you have a good day at work. I hope something really good happens to you at work today. And yeah. I hope work just flies by for you. That's what I'm hoping for. But that sounds like a nice day. Rainy day in England, huh? That's cool. Alright, I need to measure this out. This is going to get white fuzz everywhere. Never going to get all this white fuzz out of here. See. See if this measures that right now. Nice. It's a little over 30, so that's perfect. And let me see. We need to be at what, 12 inches?
You know that moment when you have a brilliant idea and think,
I'll put it like a little bit
this
more.
app or website could actually make money. But then reality hits. You don't know how to code. You don't have.
I don't know how to code. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. Okay, I guess I'll measure it on the other side. That makes 1000% more sense. This squirt has been sitting up in the freaking box for years. About time I use the dang stuff. About dang time I use the stuff. Clark Kent says, turn from sin and turn to God before it's too late. I couldn't agree more, Clark. I don't know. Time to turn to God. Okay, so 14. I'll measure down here. You're right, Clark Kent. It's not Superman that's going to save us. Okay. Got this at 14 inches. Just semi-measures out and cut hastily. Let me just cut this real quick before thinking about it. Try this. How about this? How about this? I'm giving myself plenty of wiggle room, so I don't have to be too worried, and I have a ton to work with, so that's alright. Oh, yeah, that is a horrible idea. It's okay. We'll wing it. Wing it, shall we? See how I can cut this. Use the ever so reliable Harbor Freight scissors. I think I might have bought this to make a Yeti costume. It wasn't for this, but he is kind of enjoying the view right now. My fountain here, Mark. He's loving it. Mariana, how did the meeting go last night? The meeting with the execs at Colgate went very well with the edible salmon flavored toothpaste. Thanks for asking. It went really well. They loved it. They said, so you don't have to spit out the toothpaste when you're done. I said, no, you just eat it. You just gulp, and it's like kind of like a little snack, like right before bed. And they said, we love it. And I said, great. And they said, is salmon the only flavor you were thinking? And I said, funny you should ask. I was actually thinking salmon, ham. It's kind of a good pairing, salmon and ham. So we could have the two separate flavors. And then I was thinking kind of like Cheez-Its, how they have the Cheez-It duos, where it's two different flavors. We could have the edible toothpaste duos with salmon flavored and ham. So that's basically where you just use it like toothpaste, but you don't spit it out. You just gulp it down, and you have a nice little salmon or ham flavored snack right before bedtime instead of that disgusting, I mean, I don't know. I hate the minty fresh taste in my mouth. I prefer some sort of meat, some sort of savory taste in my mouth, no matter what. I want some sort of salty meat flavor in my mouth at all times. So, yeah, that's the idea behind the edible toothpaste. But thank you. I really appreciate you asking about that, Mariana. Hey, Rob. How you doing, buddy? How have you been, Rob? What's up? Matt Villanueva. More masks. You are right there, Matty Matt. More masks, and we're working on these Santa costumes tonight. Matt, how you doing, buddy? Bet you thought I wouldn't be back. Mariana, Marcus, I knew you'd be back. And you know what? Gizmo here, he knew for a fact you were going to be back. So we are very happy that you are here, Mariana. And I'm glad that you checked in with the Rob. The salmon and spam flavoring that I was talking about is actually for the Colgate edible toothpaste product that we've been working on here at Fang's Garage. It is a toothpaste that basically you do not spit it out when you're done using it. You just eat it. And so far, me and the execs at Colgate, we went over a few ideas. We ironed out a few creases, and they said, we love the salmon flavor idea. Can we get another flavor? I said spam. And they said, we love it too. And then I said, how about black olive? They said, don't push it. And I said, okay. So that's pretty much the ruling as far as the edible flavored toothpaste goes. And we are going to see what the manufacturers have to say. So far, we had a couple people in the product testing department as far as the flavoring goes. None of them could stomach it. They all got very sick, but I think it was just something to do with the recipe. I don't think necessarily it had anything to do with the flavor of the edible toothpaste. But we will see. So this material that I got from Hobby Lobby, sorry guys, you're mounted on a vacuum cleaner. What am I making, Matt Villanueva? Let me show you real quick.
IoT is an AI music creation.
I have this red denim vest, Matt, that is going to be worn over the Santa costume while I'm riding the motorcycle around this year. And the idea is that this Santa costume, or this riding vest, it needs a little bit of bling. So it needs a little bit of Santa bling down at the bottom here. Stuff like this, not necessarily like this, because this would be like more like a Spice Girls mini skirt. Not that I'm opposed to making a Spice Girls furry mini skirt, but that's not necessarily for this holiday. So maybe at some point, Matt, I will be making a Spice Girls furry mini skirt, but that is maybe going to be for maybe a Valentine's Day special. I'm not sure. What's up, Dub Sack? How are you doing, Debbie Dub? I'm getting ready to do a little shaving, a little haircut on the fur here, Dub Sack. Let's see how I can do. Gizmo is not too confident with my fur cutting abilities. I tried to give him a buzz cut the other day, and ended up cutting off a little bit more than I was supposed to, and he was not happy about that. So we'll see if I can do a little bit better this time with the Conair. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm not sure if the audio is messed up or anything, but for some reason my mic is like blinking. Let me try and unplug it real quick, make sure it's still working. Hanging in there, buddy. I look forward to that, Matt Villanueva. I look forward to you. I look forward to you being here and checking out what we're doing on Fang's Garage. And I'll make sure I record a cool video of me riding around with the Santa costume on. So my original thought was I should shave some of this fur off so it's just this material that's left over. But when I'm shaving it off, it's looking super thin. Like, I'm not sure if that's going to be good being that thin. So I don't know. I think I might just try and. My thought was the fur might get all tangled up inside the sewing machine when I'm trying to sew it. That's why I was trying to kind of cut it down and just sew just this base layer on there. But now I'm kind of worried that it's just going to pull the stitching through or something because it doesn't look that strong. It looks like very porous. So I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to try and just wing it and see what happens. Let's just try and wing it. The most important part of this collar, since it is like a folded collar, is going to be this part right here. This is the part that's going to be showing when you're actually wearing it. It's going to be folded over like this. So this is actually the part that's like on the outside, even though it's the inside. So I think this is the part that I want to focus on and make sure that I get correct. The other part is not even necessarily, doesn't even need to have fur on it, and I'm not even sure if I want to have fur on it. But my thought was, let me cut this out way more than big enough so I could sew it on there and then basically cut it out Grinch style, where he has the scissors and he's sitting there and he's cutting it all out and stuff. Just like that. That's my thought. So I'm determined, I'm prepared. Well, not prepared, but I'm prepared to try and get this done. How about that? For now, I'm going to throw some safety pins in it and see if I can get actually a little bit closer to the edge here. Once I get some safety pins in it, I think it'll be pretty easy to finagle into the sewing machine. And once it's finagled, I think it'll be easy to manipulate and coerce into almost looking somewhat presentable. That's all I'm aiming for. Almost somewhat presentable is good enough for me. I need to be a perfectionist here, folks. This is Fang's Garage, not freaking ultimate costume maker in the universe's garage. Although it could become that, I highly doubt it. Who knows? Okay. Got 2 safety pins on there. Put a couple more. Once I get this bottom one on here, this bottom layer on, I think I could sew some of it. Should not have got the variety pack of these. I should have just got all one size. That would be more easier. Again, this is making the most insane mess ever with this fur. It like just, I remember now when I made a fur seat, it was just always just such a huge mess. And thinking back now, I shouldn't have used this fur that I bought like probably 7 years ago, because it's going to be deteriorating way faster than probably stuff that if I could have just bought it recently. So probably not the smartest idea on my end yet again. I am full of ideas. Not most of them are not smart ones, but that's all right. That's what makes it fun. I get to look back and say, what were you doing? Okay, so basic premise is there. And make sure these are all far enough down. Basically, my plan is to cover this thing in safety pins bunch in there to hold it. And then just sew up a little piece until you get to the next safety pin, and then you remove that one, then you go to the next one, then you remove that one. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see if I can do it. Stop talking about it. Okay. Get this set up, and let me grab a little baggie real quick for the safety pins. I don't lose them all. All those onions in late night tacos. Yeah, those freaking late night tacos were legit. I need to get some more of those. Sew it upside down. What do you mean sew it upside down, buddy? The kids will enjoy that. Just leave the foot up on the machine. Otherwise, halfway, just feed it through quick. Okay? You really should put the fur against the material, then inside out. Look at how your shirt is folded over, then sewn together. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
So you can rapidly build, release, monitor, and optimize apps with Google's latest AI technology. Easily build AI-powered experiences into your apps with speed and safety.
So you're saying fold it over and then sew it so that whenever I turn it over, I understand what you're saying. So it doesn't have this cut edge. Okay. I understand now. You're saying fold it over like this, I think, right?
Deliver the best experience for your users and get to market quickly.
Like this.
Doing what you love.
If I understand. Right? Let me readjust all these safety pins. This makes much more sense. Thanks, guys. Ah! Come on, commercial. You knew I was right in the middle of trying to do it. Okay. I understand what you're saying now. You're saying, I think, fold it over. Because when you said the thing about the shirt, it made sense. So you're saying, put it like this. Let me make sure I'm getting this right. I sew it down here, and when I fold it over, it'll be like that, which is right. Yes. Okay. So let me make sure. This slippery table thing is driving me nuts. Thing's slipping and sliding all over the place. I feel like I got a dang oil-covered slip and slide right now. Okay. So let me just try this. Let me just try and freaking throw it on. Let me say, forget the thing. Let me check what you guys have to say first before I go and do it. Make sure I'm not missing something and everyone's like, wait. Yeah, use more pins. All right, Mariana. This guy doesn't look like he gives a hoot. He does not. She is one of the newest cast members of Fang's Garage. And we have not named her yet. I'm not sure. Yeah, let me just make sure that this is on there in like the correct orientation. And let me just try and put it through the sewing machine a little bit and see what happens. Of course, the shortest cord. Let's see. What is the most direct route to? There's got to be something better than this. Gotta be something a little bit easier. right. Let's see what happens. I would say fingers crossed, but I don't think that really works. Let's see. All right. Hortense the owl. Hortense. Kind of like that. Sounds like a mystical name. Mystical. I kind of like Misty. Misty is a funny name for an owl. Kind of looks like she woke up on a misty morning and just rolled out of the nest and said, "Where am I?" Let's see if this will work. I'm just going to sew it a tiny bit. Let's see, it's on E. Let me try F. One thing I do like about this fur is that you can kind of probably hide a lot of the stuff that you mess up on. Oh, dang it, this dang button.
Then what I've seen is people be more excited about it from a professional standpoint. Because a lot of times that's the hardest barrier, like being professional. To take a thing that you did is novel that you've seen.
Oh my gosh, the commercial had to come on right when I had this all in my hands.
Oh man, whatever I need is really right here. Like I could pump whatever I want. So if I need.
Can you prompt me up a commercial that's not 48 minutes long, please? That'd be great. Can you prompt me up that gizmo real quick? Put it down for 40. Pencil me in for a 46-minute long ad. I can withstand that, but 48 minutes, that's kind of big ask, if you ask me. Alright, come on. This thing's got to quit fighting with me and start letting me fondle it without resisting so much. It'd be nice if I had some little tiny elf hands to be helping me right here, but fortunately they are all out drinking Mike's Hard eggnog tonight. No. Okay. Seems like it's working. Uh-oh. Probably should have put that down, huh? Probably should have put that little foot thing down, huh? Just a man trying to tame a Janome sewing machine. Like it Janos me some money. Where's my money? Where's my money? Where's my money, Santa? I don't need these presents. I need some dang money. Gosh, you have any idea how much my car insurance is, Santa? This is not some magical sleigh that you get to fly around on. There's no insurance on it. Like, who are you? Are you colliding with people up in the air and you both have... That's what... Do planes have insurance? Wait a minute. Do airplanes have insurance? Like cars have insurance? And how do they determine it? Is there lanes in the sky? There has to be. All right. Slow down there, partner. You're getting a little too wild with it. Let the sewing machine get away from me. trying to keep it folded the best I can. I'm doing like a little zigzag pattern, I guess. And I'm trying to get between the two materials. See, I think it's going okay. I'm obviously going to go over it a couple times with the stitching and stuff because I don't believe I'm doing the greatest job right now. But it is chugging along, I think, the way it should. Oops. Make sure that pins I hope this isn't all. Uh-oh. I might be making a big mistake right now. No. A little bit of a problem, not a huge issue. I could always go back and cut it. Okay, I'd rather not mess up my progress with this bobbin and everything. It's going kind of well right now, so I don't want to screw it up by trying to tinker with something right now. Let me just try and address the issue. Basically, the problem that I have, obviously, besides this insane sewing, is kind of got bunched up a little bit right there. So I'm just going to try and undo this little wrinkle without just kind of not paying attention while I was doing it. That's okay. Just cut a little bit off and go back. It is, I think it's coming out right though. Have to make sure I'm paying attention while I'm doing it, which is the hardest part. I'll start daydreaming about anything but sewing. Right in the middle of it, I'll think, that wiener schnitzel is starting to hurt my stomach. I don't think I'll ever eat there again. I've kind of sworn off some restaurants. I've sworn off Wendy's. I said I don't think I'll ever eat Wendy's again. I ate there and it just was so bad. Omar. Omar sounds like a funny name. Omar the Owl. Or from Clash of the Titans, the gold automated owl was Archimedes. I'll have to watch that. I have not seen that. You are ambitious, that is for sure. You're doing well. Thanks, Mariana. I appreciate you. I appreciate the kind words, Mariana. It was Bubbo the Owl. Bubbo. I like Omar. That's kind of funny. Let's see. I'm, I think, almost about halfway through. And now that I'm kind of realizing what I'm doing, that I'm kind of doing it right in a way, then I think I'll be okay. Now that it's kind of started, I feel a little bit better that it's not just kind of dangling there as much. So let me just make sure I keep folding this in and making sure the bottom isn't all folded up or anything. I would like to get an actual sewing machine at some point. I don't know why I expected my daughter to be able to sew anything with this. Oh, especially the seat. It's not helping. Yeah, I don't know why I expected my daughter to be able to sewing thing. Kind of reminds me of this thing. Let's see. All this way. Let's see if this will work. Maybe it will. I need to fix this chair, or just get a new one. I've had this roller chair for probably 15 years, and it is like begging to be let go, but I will not. Like, no, you're gonna stick around for a couple more years. You can still work. I believe in you. Alright. See if that fixed it. Nice. Now I can actually sit and enjoy the chair. I haven't enjoyed this chair in about 12 years. Since I bought it, and I enjoyed it for about a month, and then
Okay, if there's one AI site builder you need to meet, this is Dope Tech from Wix. Now this whole flow is
Perfect.
a conversation. So
Now the
your
commercial
words
has started.
actually build your website. I'm going for a store. And after a free-flowing conversation, you get this detailed site brief. And just like that, my first draft is ready. Now that's dope. Next, you can really get in there and style it your way. Here's the thing. You can regenerate this whole thing over and over. Or you can tweak something specific, like your layout.
Trying to constantly
Let
push
me
it through there.
describe what I had in mind. Yeah, that's right. If there was ever a time to speak down to it's right now using the
I
Wix
want
AI
to get
website.
a sewing machine. I think it's called a Sailrite, maybe. It's a sewing machine for sailboats, sails. And it is supposedly really good for like upholstery stuff. So that's the one I looked at some years ago. I was looking into buying a nice sewing machine. I thought I would buy one of those. So maybe I'll get one of those, but I think they are pretty expensive. But I heard that they are the ones to use for like vinyl and stuff like that, which is what I wanted to get a sewing machine for motorcycle seats and stuff. So maybe I'll get that at some point. This is going to cause an issue maybe. Let me see. I saw one for really cheap. By really cheap, I mean like, I think they're like $3,000. And I saw one for like, I think it was like $500. On I think like Craigslist or something, but when I saw it, I didn't have money at the time to buy it, so was not able to get it. Probably a good thing too. I've kind of found that my hobbies will, I will
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it
AKA
just by
Thinking
thinking
Fang.
about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI
Yeah,
creation
guy.
platform. Describe what you want.
He's one of my favorite guys to hang out with. Nice. How about that? Let me see. A little bit of a delay there. Hold on. It will be great to see you on the bike with that on. I agree, Mariana. I think it'd be really cool. Ebola Box said hi. What's up, Ebola? Sorry if I didn't say it right. Ebola Box. Toke 2. Thinking about buying my girlfriend a good machine. Hers has a defect that was not worth fixing. It's more for small repairs on pants and torn off pockets. You know what? This little tiny, I think it's like a kid's sewing machine. This thing is actually, I mean, I've sewn a couple of things with it and it works fine. But I think it's just like it doesn't really have a lot of, I don't know, a lot of torque on it, where it can't really, in my opinion, it feels like it's kind of underpowered. So when it's trying to punch through a couple layers of this denim and stuff, it kind of like, I can feel it's like kind of crunching and kind of struggling. But I think the reason I wanted to get the Sailrite one is it has like a, I think it's like called a walking foot sewing machine that kind of pushes the material through better if you're sewing something like vinyl or leather or something. So I'm not sure how that would fare with something like a smaller material, but like just regular clothing. But I would guess it'd be fine. I would guess it'd be like it would sew it like perfectly. My only concern would be it would be like maybe too much power for it and like blast through it and not like delicate enough for it or something, if you know what I mean. Let's see if I can show you guys what I did there. So now I can actually see, I can just glance over and see the comments finally. Kind of nice. I have this little monitor here. I don't think it's very big. It's like a 27-inch, but to me that's pretty gigantic. For the longest time, I had a 19-inch TV. So, a 27-inch monitor, that's like a plasma screen TV. If you guys have seen that episode of The Office where he's like, "You broke my plasma screen TV!" To me, this is the equivalent of that same plasma screen TV. Ain't nobody gonna be breaking my plasma screen TV. And Mariana, I am for sure going to make a video where I'm riding around with this thing on. I have a couple of videos from last year, just short ones. But this year I have Christmas Eve and Christmas Day off. So I'll for sure be out cruising around, filming and stuff. I don't think I even brought a camera last year. So I definitely wasn't making YouTube videos last year, so. Mariana Marcus says, keeps you occupied? That's right, Mariana. Something that I've noticed, I think it's actually the way people are. I think people are just, I think people are designed to be busy. I think people are meant to be busy. I think everyone's a busybody. They just like to do different things. But I feel like keeping myself busy is what keeps me out of trouble. Or in trouble. Either way, I'll live with it. Alright, get this back on here finally. Make sure I got the little foot thing down. I don't know all the technical terms for this stuff yet. Still brand spanking new to the world of sewing. You can see my luxury wafer sewing kit that I had. That's all the sewing stuff I have. This, I literally had to ask my daughter to grab this out of the closet and let me use it. it's funny the correlation between this and welding. I would assume that people that are good at sewing probably be semi-good at welding. It's like hand-eye coordination and foot coordination, and just speed and feed. Essentially, it's just like instead of filler rod, you're just using thread. Instead of metal, it's just fabric. Instead of heat, it's just warm and cozy. And instead of sparks flying down your boots, it's poking yourself with a sewing needle. Sipping on tea. I'm starting to enjoy this a little bit. Alright, I'm almost to the other side. Let me take this last safety pin out. It's kind of holding me up here a little bit. I'm not sure what I'll do with all this fur everywhere as far as like getting it off everything. I'm thinking maybe some duct tape. Try and make like a some sort of industrial strength lint roller. We'll see. We'll get to that if I ever finish it. Throughout the week, I'm constantly trying to plot and plan on the stuff I need for the videos. Today I got the thread. I also got some stuff for the gas tanks finally. You guys are following along. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, sorry. If you guys are following along, I have been soaking some motorcycle gas tanks in with vinegar and water to remove the rust. I have not removed the vinegar yet. It's been sitting in there for like weeks now, so it's probably completely melted the inside of the gas tank. I was doing some research last night, looking up what people said to do after rinsing out the vinegar. They said rinse it out with water, then you rinse it out with baking soda water to neutralize it, and then after that, then I was like, then what? 'Cause I want to know every little step before taking the first step, or as much steps as I can to try and anticipate any stuff I might need, or problems I might face. And I thought, what do I do after taking or rinsing out baking soda? And they said to put 2-stroke oil in it, which would make sense. It's like a oil that can be burned with gas. So that's making complete sense to me. And that is what I acquired today. It's some 2-stroke oil. And that way when the time is here, I can start messing with the tanks. But I thought, you know what, right now the most critical thing is probably going to be the Santa riding vest. Make sure I get that done. I also have a little bit modifying to do with the helmet. I bought this. Santa beard and wig. And so I'll be using that and be putting that, I think I'm going to somehow install it inside the helmet. Okay, I'm like 95% there. obviously I think this will be much easier to go over it with another I don't know, what is it, like another, it's not a weld bead, it's like a another sew. I don't know what the term is. Stitch, another stitch. I think it'll be much easier to go over this thing with another stitch once I got one good one on there. I'm just about done with it. Let's see. Go a little bit farther. Alright, I think that's good. We cut this off and see what it looks like. Uh-oh. The bobbin string has been not attached this whole time. I'm just kidding. Alright. Man, it's shocking to sit up from that stool and not have it go like, usually the little thing is all messed up and it'll shoot up every time I sit up on it. So this is it sewn on upside down like you guys suggested, and that's it with it flipped over. Nice, looks good. You can see there, you can't really see the seam or anything. So your guys' suggestion there was a good one. Let me put it on and see how it looks. I'm inhaling so much of this fur. It's very concerning, actually. What do you guys think? Do I look like Macklemore going to the thrift shop? Please don't ever let me go to the thrift shop looking like that. But yeah, obviously I'm not gonna have it all like gigantic like this. But I guess if you wanted to go like Game of Thrones style and go out somewhere with a sword, you could rock it like this. But obviously that's not the plan. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it off, flip it over. How about adding a few studs for prosperity? You know what, Rob? I was actually thinking that is very much so a possibility with the Santa vest. I was thinking I should add some studs and biker stuff to it. So I think you are barking up the right tree with that one, Robbie. I think you're right on that. And maybe a custom vest matching yours for Gizmo, if time permits. Yeah, you know what? That would be sick. Have a little Santa vest for Gizmo. I am keeping an eye out for little Santa items for him. But like little outfits. If I can't have time, I would make a vest. I don't know. That's gonna be a big pull, I think. That's much easier than going over that fur. Let's see. She talked about some kind of kids thing her aunt had. She made a comment before. Maybe it would be funny and useful to buy one for her. Yeah, you might as well buy one for her, Toke 2. Why not? I'm guessing that I'll just have to sew over the fur on this. What do you guys think? I think what I'm going to do is probably fold it over and then sew it on. I don't know if I'll be able to get away with the same thing as last time. Actually, I don't even know how I'm going to do this. Let me see. I could do it just on one side. That'd probably be the easiest thing to do. Just do it on one side. because I think if I try and fold it all the way over, I don't know if that's even gonna work. I have to somehow make it like, and then put it on. I don't know. I don't know if that makes any sense. Trying to do it the way I was thinking of doing it for on both sides of the collar. I'll probably just do one side. Let's see. Got a little bit of wrinkling here. Let me try and cut this out. Fix that. Let me go over this thing one more time before I end up cutting some of this out and then having it be all floppy while I'm riding and all that. I'd be very upset about that. Let me just fix my mistake real quick because I kind of creased it again when it was going around the corner, I think. You need to get one of those stitch ripper things. Okay, not a big deal. A little bit that I have to go over. You can leave it hang or just pin it down. Going over the furrow with the machine will be a B. You can also use safety pins to hold it in place while you adjust and sew. It's a seamless ripper. Okay, that's what you look for. Seamless ripper. Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. I thought it'd be really hard to go over it. Yeah, I'll probably have to pin it down. Yeah, because if I let it flop, I mean, I guess I could pin it down and it wouldn't be that big of a deal. I could just put pins all over it. Actually, wouldn't be that bad.
Imagine creating.
Let me think about it and think if there's any other way I could think of. I'm not opposed to pinning it down. I just like putting safety pins all over the back side of it, the underside. But I want it to kind of be somewhat permanent. My thought was try and sew it right on the edge right here on the seam, and then just try and pick through the material through there through the stitching. I'm gonna try and do that and see what happens. Why not? We've gone this far. What's the worst that could happen? I have to rip the whole thing off and start over again. Let's have a little experimentation sesh, shall we? Gizmo's here. He's ready to party hardy, and he wants to see what's gonna happen. Let me try and do this side first. I think my mom said she had a decent sewing machine I could have, but I think that I tried to use it once and the timing was off or something. And I could never figure out how to get it to work, but it would be nice to get a little bit of a better sewing machine. But again, I'd like to wait until I can get like the exact one that I want. See if I can punch through this fur. Kind of seems to make sense to just wait and get the one I want instead of spending almost as much money and not getting the one I want. Let me try and do just a straight stitch on this one. Stuck already? struggle a little bit, but I was able to manually maneuver it. Do some manual maneuvers. All right, that seems to have worked. Oh my gosh, it's so nice to get up off that chair. I feel like I'm gonna something's gonna happen every time I get up off of it. Usually it's like it like springs up underneath you, so you have to like kind of brace for impact. All right, that seems to have worked. My thought is I'm gonna go along this whole edge, and then I will just pick all the fur out and maybe cut it and trim it and I don't know, do something with it. Let's see if I can do this. Weasel this thing through here. See if I can't get this thing to comply. Super glue. You need one that upholstery people use. You can do custom seat designs too. Mariana, that's why I wanted to get one of the walking ones, the walking foot machines. I'd seen some really cool like motorcycle seats with like designs, like you said, like flames and stuff like that. And that's mainly why I wanted to try that and get one of those kind of walking foot industrial sewing machines, so I could try and do stuff like that and make some custom seats and stuff. I'll have to look into it. I think it's called Sailrite or something like that. Sailcraft maybe? I can't remember. Okay. It's crooked, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's freaking Santa Claus. If anyone's inspecting that closely, they're definitely going on the naughty list. How dare you sit around and judge Santa's riding vest like that? You have any idea who I am? I don't think they have any idea who I am. Maybe I should tell them who I am. Maybe I should show them exactly who I really am behind these eyes. Show them who take it one more level. Why not? Spread a little Santa cheer, shall we? Show them what we're about. You really thought you were going to diss Chris? You thought you were going to give a little wrinkle to good old Chris Crinkle? I don't think so, bub. We're not playing games here. You really think this was a game? Did you think that we were going to just sit idly by and let Santa's good name be tarnished? I don't think so. Not today. Chris is here, and he's had enough. I've asked Santa Claus to step in and take over the sewing project here at Fang's Garage Live. I'm gonna step aside and go have a Jamba Juice, guys. And have Santa step in here, and he's gonna take over and talk about Slim Jims. It's my favorite snack, actually, when I'm riding the sleigh around. Slim Jims. Everyone gives me milk and cookies, but nobody ever asks, hey Santa, what kind of snacks do you want? Everyone just assumes it's milk and cookies, which I do love milk and cookies, but I want something kind of savory too. Okay, I have reindeer out there. Do you have any idea how much cardio it takes to be pulling that sleigh all night? It's insane. The stamina that it takes for these reindeer to continue going. They do have magical powers, but again, they are not immortal beings. They have bodies, you know, and they do break down over time. And the reindeers do. Let's all be honest here. They want something a little bit more than carrots. Okay, they want the original Slim Jims. None of this hickory teriyaki smoke. None of this. None of that. Just regular old original flavor Slim Jim. That's what they prefer. So, you heard it here first. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, they are all actually vegans, so they don't like Slim Jims. Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen, they all are on the carnivore diet, which is pretty strange for a reindeer. At least I don't understand why they're eating meat. But they only eat meat right now, which is whatever. That's what they're doing. It's up to them. Their life. I'm just their sleigh rider. Just their boss.
Empower your students to be more competent writers with memories, comprehensive AI systems. Use it to
I'm
help
just the
students
boss.
brainstorm better ideas before they write. The
That's
writing
all.
process.
I'm just there to sign the paycheck, that's all. Don't mind me.
Cite sources correctly.
I'm citing sources correctly. And those sources are telling me that the Santa collar on the riding vest is almost complete. About 80% there. Ready to trim it and show it off. Everyone underestimates how difficult it can be as Santa. Being that I have long hair, no one really understands, but that's okay. They don't get it. You don't think I want to have a haircut too? Okay? I want to have a haircut. But I can't. One time I got a haircut at Fantastic Sam's, people started freaking out. They couldn't believe it. They were like, you can't have your hair like that. You have to have long hair. You have to have the beard. I said, why can't I have my hair like this? It looked like Uncle Jesse from Full House. He said, no, you can't have that hair, which is not really fair in my opinion. I am Santa Claus after all. Should be able to kind of do whatever I want the rest of the year. But if anyone sees me walking around with a regular haircut, freak out. Relax. Or as my polar bear friends like to say up at the North Pole, chill. Chill, dude. They said that to me the other day. I was freaking out. I got a parking ticket. I said, this is ridiculous. I'm at the dang North Pole. What are you doing? Yeah, freaking... I live here. I own the North Pole. Can't be giving Santa Claus a parking ticket. Freaking kidding me? What is this? Jingle All the Way? What is this? Freaking Arnold Schwarzenegger trying to get a Turbo Man doll? Okay. You seriously think I'd forget the Turbo Man? I didn't. Okay. We got Turtle Man. We got it all. Including a mouthful of beer here. Look away, children. This is not the Santa that you're supposed to see. Alright. Viewer discretion advised if you still believe in Santa Claus. Okay. Little clippage. Time to get the clip that you all wanted. The clip you've all been desiring. I'm going to cut this thing way too big. So I have room to work with the fur. Should be good. My thought is just cut it or sew it on there way too big and then cut it to whatever size it's supposed to be. I'm going to keep this because it's unusable. Gosh, this hair is really put up in a freaking Santa Claus man bun. How about that? Outrage, people. Let me do one more little sew on here. One little part I didn't get to. Leather Santa costume is surprisingly comfy. How I feel about that. Surprisingly comfy right now. Nice. I'm starting to get the hang of this little sewing machine again.
What's taking so long? I thought you knew this place. We don't have time. I'm going in.
Alright. Imagine having a dog. She'd have. Imagine having a dog. She'd all that. Oh, shed all that fur. That would suck. See here. Oh, I can actually scroll this up. Jerry Garcia in the house. Check out the hand. My hand is missing a finger. Isn't that what happened to Jerry Garcia? Ben and Jerry's had some flavors made. It was Chunky Monkey or Cherry Garcia. I believe I remember that. I used to get the late night Americone Dream. That's what I used to get all the time. Turn this up a little bit more. I think it'll be good. Just a little bit closer. Caramel popcorn might fuel the reindeer. I agree. They love to get those popcorn tins. We actually had a big controversy in the house the other day with Gizmo. He went through and ate all the butter popcorn out of the popcorn tin and didn't leave any for anyone else. We just got it from a Christmas party that we went to, and we got home. Everyone was kind of getting settled in. About an hour after being home, we said, let's watch a Christmas movie. We put on Braveheart, and then we're like, hey, where's the popcorn tin? And Gizmo was in his room, and me and the other roommates were like, hey, where's Gizmo? And we got the popcorn tin, looked in the popcorn tin, it was all the butter popcorn was all eaten. And we found Gizmo in the room, asleep on the bed already. covered in popcorn, buttered popcorn crumbs. And we woke him up and asked him about it. He said he didn't know. Um, but yeah, he was the only one that probably could have eaten it. So clearly he has a little problem with fitting and going and being inconsiderate to the roommates in the house over here at Fang's garage. We live with about 14 people here, mostly the cast and crew that all record and produce the show. Check it out, guys. You get this stuff off here. Let me take off this imposter costume. Not the real Santa riding vest. And check it out, guys. Let me take this off so you can clearly see what's going on here. So I can clearly see. I can't really clearly see, but looks sick, I think. Let me see. I think it looks cool. I'll find out 1 second when my screen catches up. Oh, nice. Yeah, that looks cool. I like that. Okay. So that was not too hard. I think now that I'm looking at it, I kind of want to do this part. Maybe I'll do one on each side. I'm not sure. I'm definitely at least going to do the bottom piece all the way around here, which should be equally as hard, if not harder. But yeah, so far this looks pretty cool for the Santa riding vest. At some point I need to actually put on the whole shindig and show off the whole costume. Trevor McCabe says, hello Santa. Hello Trevor. I hope you've been. I am going to find out, and I am checking my list. And you know what, Trevor? Just for you, buddy, I'm going to make sure that I check the list twice. And I'm sure that there's no doubt in my mind you have been most likely nice this year. But in the event that you have been naughty, Trevor, guess what, buddy? I am going to find out. And I am going to be looking into things, okay? I'm going to be doing some investigating on your behavior this year, Trevor. I want to make sure that you are supposed to be on the nice list. I used to put oatmeal and glitter on the front lawn with my boys when they were kids. Imagine cleaning that crap up. So you believe that the flippin' deer ate it. Do anything for the kids. You're right, Mariana. You gotta do anything for those kids. And I'm going to be keeping the magic alive this year by launching candy canes with them while I'm riding around on the motorcycle. Teriyaki grilled tofu, that sounds delicious, and I think they would like that. I think they'd appreciate that. I think they'd appreciate someone looking out for their vegan diet. And I know that teriyaki is one of their favorite flavors. So that would definitely help Rob. From All in Ireland, from Trevor. I don't know if you knew this, Trevor, but I am Irish. My son and his wife live in Germany. That is super sick. I just ate some Wiener Schnitzel earlier today. You might be able to pull off the black leather jacket and hat. I worry about the beard staying on. Mariana, I'll show you what Santa will be wearing for the costume, or the comic choice this year, to keep the beard and everything on. Of course, Santa never leaves home without his safety equipment. As you know, he's got to have the reindeer gear, the red Simpson helmet on. Santa needs to go for a cruise. me authenticate it. I have an authenticator right here. You just grab this little authenticator app. I have a 2-step authentication installed on my Santa Claus app. Santa Claus writing app. On Dasher, Dancer, Wheelie, Dixon. What do you think? Let's look. You saw Santa riding at you like this at 100 miles an hour? Would you call Geico? I don't think you'd call Geico. I don't think you should call Geico in that instance. I think they'd say, what? Santa? No, we're good. So the Santa costume is underway, and the only thing left after all this is to decorate the sleigh. Got to do some modifications on the bike. Got to find some Christmas lights to put on there, and see what else needs to be done. All right, guys. Well, you know what? It's about time that me and Gizmo here, we actually have a meeting tonight with the executives at Mattel. We are trying to launch a new product line right before Christmas. It's the Mariachi Gizmo, and I'm trying to get this out underneath the trees before Christmas Eve this year, but there's a lot of roadblocks with the import charges and everything like that. Of course, Mogwais are not native to the world. So they are a mythical interdimensional creature, and so the import charges on interdimensional creatures are out of this world. Literally out of this world. So yeah, we have a lot of meetings to go attend real quick with the execs up at Mattel. But if you want to see some more of the progress on the Santa riding vest that we'll be working on probably tomorrow, among other projects or other things related to motorcycles, related to Santa, related to Yuletide, cheer and joy, and things that you would normally find at this time of year. Why don't you go ahead and subscribe? Go watch some of the other weird videos where I'm working on motorcycle stuff. And maybe at some point I'll open up the Turbo Man doll and I'll tell you exactly what time it is and reassure you that it is, in fact, Turbo time. But right now it is time to go meet up with the executives at Mattel and see if we can't get these Mariachi Mogwai out on the shelves before Christmas comes this year. All right, guys. Thanks for watching Fang's Garage. Santa Claus, we are out.